It was a really challenging race. I thought that I would find it a lot easier than I did, and I really struggled on the ride, and then on the run, I just figured, because it was 10 kilometres and I haven't raced a shorter race in a long time, I figured it would just be very easy. But I was really counting down the kilometres, and those aid stations were just such relief, you know. So Sam had a really good race and made me work really hard for the win. You know, I love racing in the Philippines, and I feel that every time I come back here, I get a little bit more support, and it just sort of builds and becomes more and more special every time I race here. So yeah, I'm really happy, and I loved my time here. I've had a great stay, and I'm sad that it's not going to be on next year, because I think it's such an amazing event, and hopefully in a few years' time we can bring the race back.
Definitely the run is where I started to worry. I could see that Dimity had had a really good ride, and she's a good runner, so yeah, the run was where I was kind of getting quite worried, because I could feel the heat on the run as well, so it was really kind of just one foot in front of the other sort of thing. So, but like Tim said, the aid stations were like critical, just getting the bucket of cold water on you and a couple of sponges, and yeah, I just had to play a few mental games coming down the stretch here, just saying, oh, it's just this turn, and then you get to it, oh no, it's just this turn. So, but just a few little things to make me push hard, but yeah, I was happy in the end. So
I think the word that comes to mind first and foremost is opportunity. It's always an opportunity. As a pro athlete, you want to race the best athletes in the world, and Tim being a world champion and having such success in triathlon in the Philippines at the Ironman 70.3 races, I always knew that my work would be cut out for me today. You know, I set myself up really well in the swim, I think with about 50-second lead, and on the bike, you know, I think I had about a minute coming off the bike, but you know, I knew Tim's just such a great runner. I held on for as long as I could until about, I think, 3 kilometres, and then it was, yeah, the legs kind of gave up after that and the wheels fell off. But I always say you have to risk it to get the biscuit. You need to put yourself in a position to win. I think, you know, Tim and I both kind of have that same mentality of, you want to go out there, you want to push the pace, you want to see what you can produce. I was feeling, you know, pretty good leading into the race, and yeah, unfortunately for me anyway, I was beaten by a better athlete on the day. But you know, it was a credit to Tim with how he raced too. He was, you know, very smart out there, put together an awesome performance, and if I have to kind of hand over the crown, so to speak, to anyone, I'm glad it's someone like Tim.
I sort of knew that these two girls were the Uber swimmers, and I was going to be left in the dark, so I just tried to get a good rhythm and then just maintain some good consistency coming into the bike, and then yeah, just tried to push hard on the bike and see where the run would go. And I know, you know, coming off an Ironman that the speed wasn't obviously there, but I have a good back end. You know, we're always focusing on the negative split run, so saw where Kerry was at the turn and thought, you know, I could bridge her down, so I just kept pushing and yeah, then I saw her getting a bit wobbly with about, I don't know, 500 metres to go, or whether it was just because she was turning to the left a little bit, and I was thinking, oh, maybe I've got a chance here, so I just kept digging, and yeah, what was it, 100 metres from the finish line, she got the tape and I missed out, but yeah, full credit for her holding on, and yeah, it's a good confidence booster for me heading into 70.3 Phuket.